Hello everyone, welcome back to MEP Basics. In this video, we're going to learn how to do this. Let's get started. Alright guys, welcome back to MEP Basics. In this video, we're going to learn how to place the switches. So if this video interests you, don't go away. Alright, this is the video we did earlier on how to place the lighting fixtures, and you can see there, if you followed, I'm sure you should be able to have something like this. I'll go ahead and then again turn off the room. I'll go ahead and turn off this layer, the space text. Okay, that's it. I'll go ahead and then freeze it. Okay, and now let's go back to our tools palette, the same process. Okay, so let's go to tools palette. This time I want to place switches. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to use just one switch at the doorpost to control this light, and then also find a switch to control the fan. Okay, when you understand this, you can do this for yourself. All right, so let's go into it. I'm going to select a single pole switch right here, and again, if what is here is not something you like, you click this once. Okay, and then you come to the properties palette. All right, you can change this in the style browser. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and then use the single pole switch. So I come to properties. This time around, we're going to set elevation before we even place them. So in my country, the standard is to place lighting switch in 1.2 meters from finished floor. Okay, so I'm going to select 1200 millimeters, which is 1.2. Okay, you can choose to place them one by one or place a number of them in a room. In this case, we'll choose one by one. So that's it. So I'll come to this place. Let's start with bedroom number 1. I'll come to this place. I'll click here, and that's it. When we finish, we are going to visualize this in 3D for you to appreciate exactly what that we are doing. So I'll go to bedroom number 2 and I'll place this. Okay, we'll deal with the rotations later after we view this in 3D, don't worry. So I'll go to the washroom, and the requirement again is that in wet areas you have to put the switches outside, the room. So I'll put this right here. Now this is the entrance to the kitchen, so I'm going to put my switch right here. Okay, now let's look at something over here. When it comes to the living room, once I enter, I don't want to put the porch lighting switch over here, so I'm going to put it right inside the living area. Once you open the living area door, I should be able to turn on this light, the light over here, and then possibly the one in the corridor. Okay, so that's basically what we are doing. So I'm going to select a switch that can give me control over this, and then control over this. So that's going to be a 2-pole switch or a double pole switch. So I'm going to select this. Okay, and once I come to this place, I'm going to place this light switch over here. Okay, now there's one more thing to control, that is the corridor light. All right, I can choose to place a corridor light here. Okay, or I can choose to place it here. In this case, I'm going to place it in the middle over here. So I'll choose a single pole switch again. So you come to your tool palette, and I'll choose the single pole switch, and I'll put it right here. Okay, and that's it. Now let's visualize this in 3D. Okay, so like we did, if I click on this and I come to the properties, you see that the elevation of the switch is 1.2 meters, and that's very important. Okay, so let's visualize this in 3D to see if. So I'll click here. So I'll go to the realistic view. Now let's zoom in into the first bedroom. Okay, because of the door, it's hard to see. So let me just change the view to conceptual. Now you can see the door. So our door is right here, and that's our switch right there. Okay. Now there's something interesting over here. Now look at bedroom number 2. The rotation we chose is very wrong. So how can we correct this? Look at this. Look at this. This is well placed, right? If I click on this and I come to the properties, you realize that the rotation is what, 90 degrees. Okay, so let's check what the rotation is for this switch. Sorry. Now I click this, come to the properties, and you see that the rotation is what, 270 degrees. So I'll change this to 90. Okay. And once I change this to 90, my switch is now showing properly. Okay, so that's very important. Let's go to the living area. Over here, again, once I open the door, I can have access to my switch. Now, once I come to this place, this is the corridor light. So this man can turn on this light, this man can turn on this light. That's it. Let's check out what is in the washroom. Okay, let's go to the bathroom. So that's a bathroom door, and that's a switch right there. Okay, now let's check out the kitchen. That's the kitchen. Okay, and that's a switch right there. Okay, and it is 1.2 meters from the finished floor. That's very important. Okay, so that is it. So I'll go back to my top view, and I'll take it back to the wireframe. So guys, that is it for how we can add switches also to our lighting system. The next thing we are going to look at is how we can add wires to this element, and then later map it to a panel, and then later add some labels.